Runner's dispatch from the 1600 meter marker. The favourite, Fantasy Art, came out running, is the early leader. Roy's Ambassador is right there with the black cap now in search of the lead. Roy Royale on the outside runs up into third with the orange cap, and then Killarney House. Pirogue's near the rail. Groovy News on the move now, races up into fourth position with the yellow blinkers. Then Delirious Nomad, that's in the orange, big size near the rail. They're followed by 8 Stories and Big Bird. And Bermuda's in the back seat, racing about 10 lengths off the leader. Roy's Ambassador is setting the fractions from Roy Royale. At the rail, Fantasy Art. Groovy News on the outside. Pirogue's back fifth there with Killarney House. Then Delirious Nomad, Big Sigh and 8 Stories. Big Bird's giving them about 10 lengths start as they move towards the 800 meter marker, and Bermuda's the trailer. Roy's Ambassador continues to lead it. Roy Royale is back second. Groovy News, Fantasy Art just waits towards the inside. Then Killarney House, Big Side, Pirogue and Delirious Nomad. Top of the lane, Roy's Ambassador. Fantasy Art moves through down the inside. They're followed by Pirogue. Killarney House between runners. Delirious Nomad's also running on. But it's Fantasy Art, and Delirious Nomad becomes the danger inside the last 200 meters. Fantasy Art is being pressed by Delirious Nomad, who's coming home powerfully. On the outside, Big Size running on. Fantasy Art and Delirious Nomad, and Delirious Nomad got up. Second, Fantasy Art, Big Size and Pirogue. Number 3, Delirious Nomad, had a lot of running in him when they turned for home, if you watch this replay, and then Keegan had to go in and then starts to run at Fantasy Art and Delirious Nomad, the Rebel King for Dennis Dreyer, another one for Bruce Ferreira. They win at a half lane. That pays up 620 the win. Second, the favourite, number 1, Fantasy Art. Then it's about 5 lengths back to Big Sigh. Pirogue runs into that fourth position as we continue to run it. Then it's back to Roy Royale, and then Killarney House, Groovy News, Big Bird, and then came Roy's Ambassador. A well-detached field at the business end of race 8, and then came Bermuda further back in the running, 8 Stories. We take a look at the head-on. Fantasy Art slips through down the inside, but then Delirious Nomad is starting to wear down to record its second win from 8 outings, and they run on well, bred by Claverflay Stud, and Keegan DeMello is the winning rider. So Delirious Nomad ends up winning it by a half length. It's a slight drizzle now at Greyville. Thank goodness for the poly track. We're back at Greyville on Sunday. At this stage, we're racing poly and turf, but we're here on Sunday. Until then, Craig Peters signing off. Yeah?
I've just seen the running of the 8th and final race here at Greyville on the poly track. Like I said earlier, adverse weather conditions, but that's what the poly track's here for. Uncle, then we were just chatting off, good to race in this weather.
Yeah, look, it's not enjoyable, but exactly as I said to you, that's what the poly track's here for. We finished the meeting, and some horses disliked it, some horses loved it. Veal says that Wealthy hated it. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's not as good as we think he is. This is a gutsy little horse. He loved it. I mean, I said to Uncle Bruce, I said, listen, I think we got one to beat, Riverland's horse. And he produced it for us. So very, very well done to Brucey. And Brucey, as we said, this little horse has got a lot of guts. Gutsy win.
I think it's a type that'll probably pick up a couple more, then. It always puts in a good finish. It's 400 to finishes are very impressive.
Well, he's never run a bad race. You know, he's a small little horse. And if it wasn't for Bruce, I would never have bought him. He's 1914's brother, half-brother. And he was at the farm sale, and Brucey said to me, Uncle Dan, go and buy this horse if we can get him cheap. So, big thanks to Bruce.
Seems like the stable's ticking over nicely.
Yeah, I'm happy. We know we didn't have the greatest time in Cape Town, but we're having our winners, and I'm very happy.
As the famous saying goes, you can't win them all.
Exactly.
Thanks so much, then. Let's get Keegan DeMello in here. Keegs, wrapping up the race meeting. Yeah, take us through the race.
Yeah, look, I got a nice position just behind them, and when I came up to the straight, he was absolutely cantering, and yeah, he won a nice race today.
You rode it on its penultimate start, ran 1.5 lengths off the winner that time. It always puts in a good effort, a good finish, and I think it'll pick up a couple more.
Yeah, he's small and he's very gutsy. Yeah, I must say a big thank you to Mr. Drive for the opportunity, and yeah, to Mr. Ferreira, well done, a good double for him today.
Thanks, Keeks. Nice to wrap it up.
Thank you very much. Yes, a big thank you to Mr. Egdes in the previous race as well for the win. I didn't come back for the interview, but a big thank you to him as well, and just a big thanks to all the trainers for the support out there. Thank you.
Yeah, you look pretty dry.
Not really, but yeah, we have to race, and I'm just glad we did.
Lovely stuff. Good winners.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Keegan. There we go. We've seen it here from Greyville Racecourse. That was the connections involved with number 3, Delirious Nomad, the 3-year-old son of Rebel King, bred at Claverfay Stud, owned by Mr. Bruce Ferreira. Ridden to victory by Keegan de Mello for the Dennis Dreyer Yard. That concludes our 8-race card here at Greyville. We got through it through the rain, and we'll see you back on Sunday.
To hit the lever. Runner's dispatch from the 1600 meter marker. The favourite, Fantasy Art, came out running is the early leader. Roy's Ambassadors right there with the black cap now in search of the lead. Roy Royale on the outside runs up into third with the orange cap, and then Killarney House. Pirogues near the rail. Groovy News on the move now, races up into fourth position with the yellow blinkers. Then Delirious Nomad, that's in the orange, big size near the rail. They're followed by 8 Stories and Big Bird. And Bermuda's in the back seat, racing about 10 lengths off the leader. Roy's Ambassador is setting the fractions from Roy Royale. At the rail, Fantasy Art. Groovy News on the outside. Pirogues back fifth there with Killarney House. Then Delirious Nomad, Big Sigh and 8 Stories. Big Bird's giving them about 10 lengths start as they move towards the 800 meter marker, and Bermuda's the trailer. Roy's Ambassador continues to lead it. Roy Royale is back second. Groovy News, Fantasy Art just waits towards the inside. Then